I see other people live their lives and they're like, oh, I can't wait for the weekend because I want to watch this movie. I think, who cares about a movie? You're looking forward to the weekend for a movie? Looking forward to the weekend to get drunk? Like, these things to me are so mundane. And if I don't fight, if I'm not in a situation where I'm stressed or worried or concerned, I'm just perpetually bored. And boredom's crippling. If you're an intelligent person and you've got a good brain on your shoulders, you can't just sit there bored. So most smart people take the academic route to avoid boredom. They learn, but that's never really interested me either. And then I see people climb Mount Everest or jump off buildings or do base jumping, or the guy who jumped from space. People think, what's he doing? He's crazy. I understand, because some people can't live normal lives. Some people cannot just function 9 to 5 office job, get drunk at the weekends. That is not for some individuals, and it's not for me. So I have to find something which keeps me physically tired enough to stop me going AWOL, and mentally tired enough, and I've chosen fighting, because without this, when I'm not in training, I wake up every day and think, okay, what am I going to do today? It's 9 a.m. on a Tuesday, I'm bored, everyone's at work, I'm bored, and I'll end up doing something crazy. I'll either end up drunk, or, it's just a random lifestyle, because I'm constantly looking for never-ending entertainment, and it doesn't exist. I think the only thing that could stop me fighting is if I had enough money to constantly entertain myself. With fighting, I have to train twice a day, and I have to train hard. The stress it brings can replace fun, and my mind is occupied. It occupies me. And I could never stop doing this, even if I lost 100 fights, because I'm not built to live a normal existence. I can't do it. I couldn't just have a kid with some girl and sit at home and work a little bit and relax. I've never relaxed my entire life. I don't know what relaxing is. It's just not me.
I think we're here to struggle and to learn. I don't think we're here to be happy. That's why when we keep going back to the happy argument, I've always found that kind of frustrating and annoying. Yeah. When someone goes, oh, but I want to be happy. Why? Why do you want to sit there and laugh? Like you were happy your entire childhood. That's your happy days. You're allowed to be happy as a kid. It's all over now, right? You're a man. You have responsibilities. I think we're here to do important things, and important things are going to be difficult, and they're going to be hard, and you're going to get frustrated. But that's what gives you purpose. I think we're here to struggle. I think we're here to endure pain. Yeah. I think we're here to just see how hard we are to kill. I think that going through terrible things and living through them and coming out the other side is one of the most fantastic things about being human. It's almost like once you understand what life is really about, there's no emotion which isn't enjoyable. The only emotional state which can be seen as detrimental is feeling nothing at all. But if you're sitting at home and you're feeling truly heartbroken, at least you're feeling something, right? And I think that's the whole part of being human. I think we're here to struggle. I think we're here to go through pain. I wake up each day and go, what can I attack? What problem can I solve? Look at history. Why did Genghis Khan wake up and want to conquer the whole world? Why did Napoleon conquer the world? Why did Alexander the Great conquer the world? You just wake up and just say, give me this, give me that. I want all of it. There's an army there. They're really big. We're better. You need to go and conquer. That's the purpose of life. God created us to learn and understand ourselves and understand other people and understand the world. And what did I say earlier? I said that you don't learn a lesson without pain. So you have to struggle to learn anything. There's only 2 ways to learn things, the hard way or the harder way. If you're smart, you can learn the hard way. But in my experience, 99% of the planet only learn the hardest possible way. If you want to feel happy inside of yourself, and you want to feel content, and you want to feel stable inside of yourself, you need to live true to God. You have to be a good person. I don't believe in the societal paradigms in which they have tried to construct this idea of happiness. I don't believe or subscribe to the way that happy and sad is currently understood by the masses of the population. I think if you are anything less than absolutely distraught, you are happy. You're a version of happy. It's like saying gray is a version of black, right? No matter how light the gray is, you can still call it a version of black. And unless you've gone through an event, which hopefully doesn't happen too often, like the passing of a family member or something that's truly destructive and detrimental to your mindset, besides these events, which hopefully only happen a few times in your life, you should be happy. If you're not crying or paralyzed in silence due to the absolute magnitude of a detrimental circumstance or the absolute magnitude of a negative event, then you are a version of happy. So I am always happy is the short answer. I don't believe in not being happy. I don't believe in not saying to myself I'm happy. I'm always a version of happy. This idea of chasing happiness and always being concerned and preoccupied with how happy you are is actually the biggest mistake that a lot of people make, I think, in the world today, especially men who wake up and go, oh, I don't really feel happy, so I need to get happier. And that's how they end up down a hedonistic path of drugs or alcohol or gambling, chasing pleasure. I don't care if I feel happy or sad. It doesn't really affect what I do each day. I do the exact same things. I act the exact same way. I don't put weight to the significance of the emotion. So I always consider myself a happy person, but if I woke up and I was slightly less happy one day than another, it wouldn't affect anything I do, and I wouldn't put any relevance to it. I'm human, and that's life. So yeah, am I any happier now that I have hundreds of millions of dollars than before I was broke? Not really, but I was never unhappy. I'm the same state that I was then that I am now. I have work to do, and I will do it. It's as simple as that. Well, also, there's no light without dark, and there's no joy without pain. You can't have a rainbow without a little rain. No matter how hard you chase pleasure and happiness, there's going to be dips and troughs in between. There's going to be come downs and downtrends, and you're going to have the juxtaposition between that time you were laughing your head off and the time that you feel depressed as such. And I think it's much better to just adopt a very disciplined, stoic mindset. I'm always the same base level of happy regardless. If I lost all of my money today, I would be the same happy. If my net worth quadrupled, I'd be the same happiness. But as long as I'm alive and the people I care about and love are alive, and as long as God gives me the honor of doing my duties and providing for the people I care about, as long as I get to wake up and know that there's a whole bunch of people in the world who need me, and I get to work hard to please them and do good for society and good for the world, then I'm a vessel of God, and I am happy enough to survive. That's all I look at it as. I don't ever consider how do I feel. That doesn't cross my mind. I have things to do. I'm too busy. I have things to do every single day. I have very important things to do, and how I feel really is not going to affect how I complete those tasks.
I was a 4-time kickboxing world champion. For 12 years, I trained 5 hours a day, 6 days a week. And I was motivated to train probably about 25% of the time. The rest of the time I went because I am disciplined. You don't feel like going through that shit on a Wednesday morning when you wake up, but you have to do it because you're disciplined. You're either a disciplined individual or you are not a disciplined. There's a difference between want and want. And I say this all the time. People say to me, I want to be rich. And I say, okay, well, I want to be able to ice skate, but I don't want to be able to ice skate enough to go learn how to ice skate because I can't be bothered. I don't want it enough. And this is the exact point with money. Everyone wants money put on their lap. If you truly wanted money, you wouldn't be able to sleep until you fucking had it. Because when I had nothing, I couldn't be distracted. You couldn't distract me from what I wanted. That's who I am. If I want something, I'm going to get it. I do not need to be motivated. I'm a disciplined person. If I allocate X amount of time to work, I'm going to do it. But that is the bottom line answer. It's discipline. You're going to have to work when you don't feel like working. That's how it's going to have to be, or you're never going to be in.
Life is hierarchical. There's always going to be kings and there's always going to be peasants. If you have a mind that you can't control, then you're never going to be a king. You're going to be a peasant. That's your life. You have a peasant's life ahead of you, and that's your destiny. Once you have control of your mind, life is so ridiculously easy. If I decide to do 1,000 push-ups, I'll do them. It's not fucking hard. Everyone knows what they're supposed to do. Getting over a breakup with that bitch. She's gone now, gonna miss her. That's a shame. Off to the gym. You either control your mind or you don't. It's something you can do. It's something that is learned. It's something that is taught.
So if you're not a millionaire and you're not happy with your life, guess what? You are where you deserve to be. It's impossible to exist somewhere where you're not comfortable. If I were to say, lay on these red hot stones, you get up and move because it hurts. It's not comfortable. You have to get out of that position. Yet your life is in a shit position, but you don't do anything about it. So if it was really, truly uncomfortable to you, you change something. Now, of course, you can talk a good talk. My life's not in order. I want to be rich and I want to be in shape and I want and I'm gonna, and then you don't do anything. When I was broke, I wanted money like fucking I needed air. I am smart enough to know that money equals freedom. And I don't want to live controlled by a job. I don't want to live controlled by a government. I don't want to live controlled by nobody. I want to be free. I needed money. And I used to sit there and just literally with my hands in my head and people were like, what's wrong with you? I was like, I need money. I want money today. I'm not gonna live broke. Get rich or die trying. I understand that completely. You are not uncomfortable in your position. Same thing with physical fitness. Oh yeah, I really need to lose weight. I know I'm gonna lose weight. Why are you fat then? And you are comfortable being fat, because if you weren't comfortable, you would do something about it. Even if you're not happy, even if you're uncomfortable, you're not uncomfortable enough. If you were genuinely pissed off about your situation, you would not need me to motivate you. You would motivate your fucking self. And you would do something to change it yourself. So this whole motivational shit is all garbage. All you fuckers are exactly where you belong. I'm where I belong, the top of the mountain, because I refuse to stay anywhere else. And if you motherfuckers are still sleeping sound at night, you're gonna stay exactly where you are.
People that make it in this life, they look around for the circumstances that they want, and if they can't find them, they create them. You got to increase your energy in order to live your dreams. You can't be casual about your dreams. Bill Bailey said, if you're casual about your dream, you'll end up a casualty. When you look at your goals and look at where you want to go, you want to set some high standards for yourself. Do not go where the path may lead, but go where there's no path and leave a trail.
Everyone's partying, everyone's slacking off, everyone's negative. You're not everyone. Could it be the reason you're not seeing favor is you're being common? Is you've let society squeeze you into its mold? It's time to break out of that mold. You may be surrounded by people that are lazy, not going anywhere. Don't let that keep you from your destiny. You've been set apart. Now do your part and don't live common.
God made you different. People pay you to be different. Weird people make money. Regular people make regular money. If you focusing on being regular, you're going to have a regular life. It's nothing wrong with that. But if you aspire to something more than regular, you got to go be extraordinary. You ain't got to be like everybody else.
I believe that Dr. Hill was right. Always strive to get on top in life because the bottom is overcrowded. I believe if you do what is easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, your life will be easy.
And you think greatness goes on sale. It's wrong for you to think that God's going to bless a business you ain't committed to. Bless a marriage you ain't committed to. Who do you think God is? God is not hitting a slot machine. You can't get out of something that you're not willing to put into it. You have to put your everything, your mind, your energy, your discipline, your tenacity. It's not gonna happen. You better be committed or you ain't gonna make it. I love people of action. I weary of people who get in your face and tell you what all they're doing and actually doing nothing at all. In my life, results count. I'm impressed by results. Don't tell me what you went through. Tell me you got it done. Do it. Do it. Don't dream about it. Don't wish for it. Don't hope for it. Don't long for it. Don't cry about it. Get up and do it. Do it with all of your might and with all of your strength and with all of your passion. Somebody holler, do it. I know you've been through hell. I know you had to go through high water. Didn't think you could swim through it. But I also know there's a reason that you went through everything you went through. After this, you're going to come into your promised land. You're going to see why you had to go through this to get what God is about to do in your life. He didn't take you through that wilderness for nothing. Something good is going to come out of this. Some of you been standing waiting on God to help you. You better go ahead. Slap somebody, say, do it. You've been praying about it, but it's time to do it. You've been waiting on a sign, but it's time to do it. You've been waiting on God to respond, but He already gave you the answer. Do it.